let's talk about why my chat disappeared. Let's talk about why demon sperm is trending. Yeah, I said that. Demon sperm, demon semen, that has nothing to do with me. So let's bring up some of these tweets. Where's the article? Oh, here we go. Here you see it is trending on Twitter, right? But I pulled up this article because I think it's pretty well written and it is pro-science. We really have to be diligent and take it upon ourselves to not just share things because they're trending. Whoever calls it post-truth needs some post-help. I am not opposed to hearing other people's points of view on things. I'm not opposed to having conversations with people that I don't necessarily agree with. But again, like, there is that fine line of preaching and spreading misinformation or just hearing somebody out and hearing different opinions, because we don't all have to agree with each other at the end of the day. But when it comes to anything that's anti-science, it's, somebody in chat said it right, it's mind-boggling and it's infuriating. Based on the available evidence, ghosts are very good at sex, and we stand by the take. Okay, I think they're being funny. But now things have escalated. Now, all day, really, people have been talking about doing the nasty with demons. A natural evolution of the ghost sex discourse you may have assumed upon noticing that, quote, demon sperm, end quote, is trending on Twitter. Under the politics rubric, no less. But no, this hot topic sprung from an entirely different source. It links back to a controversial coronavirus treatment, which does not work. Why are you not surprised, despite the mental gymnastics it should take to get here? The president. Let's get into it, shall we? Trump retweeted a doctor's endorsement. This is the person who's responsible for an entire country, the leader of the free world. It's no secret that Trump is sticking to his wholehearted endorsement of a malaria drug called 𝗳𝗲𝗂𝗂𝗓, which he has long billed as a sort of miracle cure for the new coronavirus, despite a lack of research to support those claims. Say it again with me. Despite a lack of research to support those claims. Indeed, the science seems increasingly to indicate that 𝗳𝗲𝗂𝗂𝗓 does not guard against COVID-19 and could cause serious heart problems to boot. The president refuses to admit when he is wrong, though, which is why Monday night found him retweeting footage of a Houston doctor touting 𝗳𝗲𝗂𝗂𝗓 as a magic shield against the coronavirus in a viral video posted by and viewed 13 million times before Facebook took it down. Pediatrician and minister speaks on the steps of the Supreme Court at the so-called White Coat Summit. White coat. Huh. Interesting choice of words. A Tea Party event intended to undermine the medical consensus on COVID-19. The video featured the following piece of advice from... Okay, these are not my words. This woman said, quote, "Hello, you don't need a mask. There's a cure," by which she meant... end quote, by which she meant 𝗳𝗲𝗂𝗓. The president retweeted the video several times, while his son also shared footage from the summit, calling it a must-watch. Despite being a doctor, has some pretty far-fetched theories about medicine and life, which the Daily Beast put under the microscope. Emmanuel reportedly believes that the government is run by lizard people, that alien DNA is right this very minute being used for medicinal purpose in humans, that there's a vaccine in development to inoculate people against religion, and that gynecological issues such as cysts and endometriosis result from sex with witches and demons in dreams, or as she calls them, spirit husbands and spirit wives whose evil deposits can render women infertile. So this is just hilarious to me, because what extremist Christians always tend to do, they try to throw it back and say people are trying to destroy religion. But then when it comes to defending any other religion that doesn't look like theirs, they call for an outright condemnation of it. Religious people don't usually refer to husbands and wives as demons, but, you know, extremists love to contradict themselves. She said it. That doctor's church is... separation from church and state, defund the police and defund church and tax churches. tax religious institutions. The Daily Beast resurfaced a sermon in which she delves into Nephilim, biblical beings often characterized as an angel-human spawn. According to her, Nephilim take the form of demonic spirits and prey upon women in their dreams, incubus style. She goes on to say they turn into a woman and then they sleep with the man and collect his sperm. She's been playing too much Diablo 3. She explained, according to the Daily Beast, then they turn into the man and then they sleep with a man and deposit the sperm and reproduce more of themselves. Let's break that down. First, they turn into a woman. They collect a man's sperm, and then they turn into a man and sleep with a man and deposit the sperm and reproduce more of themselves. A man depositing sperm. For me, I'm going to go back to saying that these extremists are full of contradictions, and it seems like they just like to hear themselves talk a lot and live out these fantasies that they have buried deep down inside of them that they just can't admit. Witches can also astral project and sleep with people. Witches aren't real, folks. Anyway, it was a heavy emphasis on demonic deposits that sent Twitter spiraling. It was even spread by people that don't agree with it simply because of the way it was presented. Without addressing the demon sperm directly, Trump did say at a Tuesday evening press conference that and her compatriots were very respected doctors. Anytime that somebody spreads misinformation that has been proven by science to be harmful, that is a problem. So there is that. You're more than welcome to unfollow me, but that also means you probably don't understand what defunding the police actually means and what it can do to better communities. I think that defund the police is kind of a poor choice of words. It leads to people thinking that what we want to undo is to undo the police when in fact it means restructure the police, which is much more appropriate. I've heard a lot of people say this, and I can kind of agree. I understand why people think that, but I don't agree because I have looked at history and I've looked at movements from the past, and there's a thing called public dissent. We the people, have tried far too long to going back to putting things in a nice way, in a nice pretty package with a nice pretty bow. It hasn't worked. It has not worked. So just saying restructure the police doesn't work because they've been different communities have given their forces that opportunity time and time again. And it hasn't worked. So I, for one, tend to empathize more and understand public dissent because that's how you really drive a point home, in my opinion, when it has gotten to the point where people are no longer listening. So there's all of that, you guys. That's the world we're living in. What other projects am I working on right now? Well, I'm actually joining Venn TV. It's a brand new TV network. They debut next week, August 5th. And August 7th, my show goes live for the very first time, which is next Friday. If you haven't been around, I'll be doing that. Yeah, I've been working on some music. I actually just recorded something over the weekend. Something easy, but fun. Super fun. I'll be hosting Gray Area with Dumbfounded. He's also on Twitch. You can check him out. Oops. How did I do that? Let's lock that. Let's just, like, instead of wasting a ton of time, because I want to wrap this part of the trend up anyways, let's just go here. Straight to the point. Information for clinicians on investigational therapeutics for patients with COVID-19. There are no drugs or other therapeutics presently approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to prevent or treat COVID-19. Current clinical management includes infection prevention and control measures and supportive care, including supplemental oxygen and mechanical ventilatory support when indicated. These guidelines contain information about investigational therapeutics and will be updated as new information emerges and drugs and other therapeutic interventions are approved for use. There's the bow we need. There's the bow we need. Man. Okay. There's that. Here's another one. Electric brands have unveiled its 𝗵𝗶𝗍 concept, a modular electric vehicle that can be transformed into 10 different body types. Who's the troll at electric brands that decided this was a good name? A bussy just for wanderlust. Can't wait to get in my 𝗵𝗶𝗍 and roll over because I took too quick of a turn. No. Now we know what to buy Sasha for her birthday. A new bussy. 𝗵𝗶𝗍, not a car, but more. All variants come with a tiny 10 kilowatt battery pack as standard, which is good for 124 miles of range. That's not a lot if you're thinking of like taking this camping or something. However, customers can opt for 30 kilowatts option that offers up to 373 miles of range. It probably leaks fluids. Does VW even make vans anymore? That's what I just asked. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Does not look like it. What a shame. I saw a concept van 2 or 3 years ago that was like a camper that looked super cool. Like, you open the door slid open, then inside the door you unfold like a table that could seat 4 people to eat at. Then of course the back seats turned into a bed, fully loaded with like a stove and blah blah blah, and the back doors opened up. There was this little sort of canopy thing that unfolded with a shower. Crazy. Well, there's some trending news for you all today. Demon sperm in 𝗵𝗶𝗍. You can't make this up. It's the Twilight Zone. Hey, before we go in game, guess what? I just got some more news about Venn TV in Gray Area. Even though they had put it out, Venn TV had put it out in some interviews and some press, but I hadn't had the chance to tell you guys that Venn TV will be the first network, the first TV network to have digital distribution on Twitter. That's right. So you will see all of the Venn TV shows, including Gray Area, on Twitter. And our show is live. It's going to be crazy.
Goodbye.